Here we go, time for another show. Want you to know I got a different flow. It's all about the numbers, I got that song. Somebody said just ring me along. A special guest, his name is Nick, Mr. Westbrooks. You know he spits a slick. The Numerologist Podcast Host too, the high school teacher, ready for you. He's gonna drop the knowledge. And can't you see, we talk about the Super Bowl 59 tonight, B. Breaking it down, what's the sound? Numerology and astrology profound. Is it Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? And I'm off the dome, spitting these rhymes. So of course I shine. He's a Capricorn brother and I'm a Capricorn moon. That's right, none of us born in June. What's up? So here we go. Knowledge is love. It's time to start the show. Woo! Yo, what's the deal? Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology. I am so excited. Tonight on episode 297, I have an amazing guest. This brother is, like I said in the rhyme, if you listened, a high school teacher, a podcast host, which we'll find out about, and a numerologist. I present tonight to you guys, Mr. Nick Westbrooks. How you doing, Nick? What's up, brother?
Big E, what's the deal? What's the deal? I love those bars there, man. You're bringing that New York hip hop style out.
Listen, man, just for you, I had to do it. But you know, that's how I start the show. That's my style. I'm the hip hop astrologer. I love, born and raised in New York, man. You can't take the New York out of the kid, even though I moved to the West Coast, which I never thought I would do. But it's all about you, man. We're going to have so much fun talking about Super Bowl 59, live numerology readings. So you guys, you'll get ready. My wife is here. She'll be reading the chat. So you guys, when I tell you, you can always put your questions in now. But when we get to the live readings, Nick is going to hit you like you've never been hit before. This brother is no joke. So wait, I want to know, numerology.
Yeah.
Could you have ever imagined, let alone the high school English teacher, podcast host, the numerologist, could 10-year-old Nick imagine all this today?
Oh, no, not at all. And I'm born on the 22nd, the number 4. So there's a lot of unexpected things that have occurred throughout my life. But no, never. Numerology, I remember one point in my life as a teenager and sitting in science class, my 10th grade biology teacher, he said, don't believe in astrology, it's pseudoscience. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. All of those descriptions, they're all arbitrary. They could apply to anyone. So for a while, I didn't subscribe to astrology, didn't know anything about numerology. So never never in my mind would I thought that 10-year-old me would become a numerologist.
Wow, that's so awesome. So let me share with the audience, because I think it's always fascinating how, you still, as folks like to say nowadays with the terminology, still have your matrix job as a high school teacher.
Yeah.
But what was it that really sparked you to investigate numerology and then to become a numerologist?
Yeah, wow. Well, that's just, it's kind of building off of the story I started telling you about, my high school science teacher. So for a while, I forgot about metaphysics, astrology. Like I said, never heard of numerology. Then in my early 20s, I was attending an event in Brooklyn, and a numerologist was hosting it. I didn't attend the event for the numerology presentation. I attended it to see another one of the speakers who didn't show up. And she had something else going on that day. And then I was just sitting there listening to this numerology presentation from this guy named King Simon. And he was talking about disaster preparedness and numerology. And he was speaking about how the elites of this world, your JP Morgans, your Walt Disneys, your President Reagans, they all had astrological advisors.
That's right.
And I was like, wait a minute. If these powerful men are using astrology, then maybe there is something to this. So let me open myself up and open my mind to the possibilities. And I started with numerology because numerology was much simpler and easier to learn. As long as, like our big brother Lloyd says, as long as you can count on your fingers, you can do numerology.
That's right. And Lloyd is the best. Oh my God.
Yep. And shout outs to him. He indirectly got us connected.
Yes, he did. I saw you on his show, and I was like, "Yo, Lloyd, connect me with Nick. Nick, let's do this." I was like, immediately, definitely.
That's right. Yeah. So the journey started there. It started out as just a tool for myself to get to know myself a little bit better, to get to know my traits and things of that nature. And in my excitement about numerology, I started sharing it with my friends, and eventually my friends started asking me questions about it.
Yeah.
And then it really hit me one day when one of my friends asked me, what are my numbers? What do my numbers say about me? And, I just broke it down. No big deal to me. I just broke it down, gave it to her like, this is your birthday. This is your name. This is what the numbers say about your birthday and your name. And she's like, wow, this really resonates. This is super accurate. What's your Cash App? I want to send you some money. Now, I didn't ask her for any money.
But see, I like that because that's the equal exchange of energy. And, a lot of people in the spiritual field feel uncomfortable sometimes for charging their proper rates or charging people. But no, you are providing knowledge, information that can really transform someone's life. So yes, you should be paid properly for that. And that's beautiful that she offered you. I like that.
She offered, Yep. She offered, so from that moment, I thought, hey, maybe I can turn this into a service or a business. But what I want to do first, before I self-proclaim myself as a numerologist, I would love to get the blessings or the co-signing from a master teacher, from some type of elder, because in this internet age, a lot of people are self-proclaimed teachers. They might watch 2 YouTube videos and say, "Oh, I'm an astrologer now. I'm a numerologist."
I know. Oh man.
So even though I knew I was doing the due diligence of reading the books and taking the courses, I still wanted to have that cosign from, a master. And Lloyd Strayhorn came with the opportunity for that through his numerology, astronumerology of the 21st century professional certification course. So I took that this past last August, and from there, that's when Supreme Numerics was born. That's the name of my numerology business offering.
Supreme Numerics, I love it.
Supreme Numerics, yes. A play off of the Supreme Mathematics of the Nation of Gods and Earths, and also inspired by the conversation Lloyd Strayhorn had with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when he told him, what you are doing is supreme mathematics.
Oh, I didn't even know. I've never seen. Is that an interview that Lloyd has?
He's mentioned it a couple of times on his program. Yeah.
Wow. That's really powerful, man. Okay, so now I kind of want to before we kind of get into the Super Bowl and then the live readings, because we got Super Bowl Sunday coming up. It's 59, the Chiefs versus the Eagles. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna give you some of the astrology stuff, and Nick's gonna break it down with the numbers and numerology. But we'll get to the chat before that. But I want to ask you a question for me. It's a universal 9 year, the year of the snake. But what does that really mean, universal 9 year? And then for someone like me, you see, I'm wearing the 9. I'm a Steelers fan. You can barely see it. I'm wearing my football jersey for the Super Bowl, but I'm a life path 9. So first break down for everyone the energy of the universal 9 year, but then how would a life path 9 experience the universal 9 year?
Sure. So when we say universal 9 year, universal meaning it affects everyone, regardless of your birthday, your zodiac sign, the day of the month you were born on, your life path, it affects everyone in some way. We also have our personal year cycles based on our specific birthdays, and that energy affects us on a more intimate level. But we will be experiencing either firsthand or observing events that either equate or represent that 9 universal energy. So we've seen a lot of craziness happen so far in 2025. Just in the first month of 2025 in January, we've seen a lot of fires and violence and
planes, everything.
Unfortunately, loss of life, and these are all characteristics of the number 9 on the challenging negative side. But with every number, there's a polarity or a duality. There's a negative side and there's a positive side. Unfortunately, a lot of our attention has been on the negative aspects of the 9. On the positive side of the number 9, it represents humanitarianism, especially globally, giving more of ourselves, helping one another out, being an inspiration towards one another, being global leaders, being creative, being spiritual on the positive side. So in some way, everyone in the world, regardless of where they're located geographically, they will feel the influence of that number 9 energy. Now, with you being a life path number 9, you're learning these lessons over the course of your life. So throughout the course of your life, you've been learning to be an inspiration, to be motivational, to avoid being quick-tempered, to avoid making hasty decisions. You've been learning to be careful, while you're cooking in the kitchen with that fire, or lighting up candles, and to be careful chopping up things in the kitchen, working with knives and things like that. But whenever the universal or personal year matches a number in your chart, in your name or your birthday, that's usually a good sign, as long as you're operating on the positive side of that number. That means that you won't face as much restriction as you would in other years. The wind is to your back pushing you, as long as, like I said, as long as you're operating on the positive side of that number.
Well, I love that. And you just described me in my life. I've definitely, 9 is, I've experienced the yin yang of it, but I am definitely a humanitarian. And on my first album, Hip Hop Forever, I had a song called Be Careful. So there you go. So warning people about stuff that in the late 90s when I wrote it, warning people about the stuff that happened the last 4 years, because that's the type of guy I am. So let's go to the chat and let's get some questions and comments. Let's see who's in the room, and then we'll start, breaking down stuff for this Super Bowl 59.
Okay.
Right.
We have we got a lot of people here this evening. So, okay. Let me start back up at the top. I got to drag it up. Awaken the Dream School, Anjani is
Hey,
here.
Anjani. She's an
wonderful
astrologer,
to
brilliant
see you.
astrologer, Nick. Awaken the Dream School.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in person. I'll let Unique Understanding.
Hello, Lev. Welcome back.
Okay. And Knowledge is Love, Family, Peace, Unconditional Love. Danny Figueroa is here. Kenyatta.
Hey, Kenyatta. What's up, Danny?
BEETV. BEETV.
Yeah, BT. Yeah.
Chantel. Hello.
She's a brilliant numerologist. BTV. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. We've got Chantel here. Elizabeth Codner.
Hey, Chantel and Elizabeth.
I'm looking for questions. Everybody's just saying hello.
Okay, you guys say hello.
C.
Say what's up, C?
So, C, I need to say this to you. I did watch the new artist stuff of the Grammys. They had some good new artists there. Not all of them, but I would say most of them. I actually was like, these people are pretty good.
Yeah, C was putting us on.
We got Numerolitics.
Okay.
So I might be saying that wrong.
So all you new people, we're going to get to the stuff, but I do like my new people. Make sure you smash the like button.
Yes,
and
please.
We may not have time for it, but we'll see if we can get it in as Nick is doing readings. I may chime in and do some reading. So if you want, especially if you're new, you could share your sun, moon, and rising, your big three. I like to always hit people up with a quick little breakdown, especially when you're new to the channel. And please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys coming. All right, Nick, enough of that. So you got somebody else?
No, I just wanted Rose Gold is here.
Hey, Rose Gold.
And Sean West is here.
Sean West.
Yes, but
not Sean East, but Sean West.
And it's Sean, the Lady Sean, it looks like.
Hey, Lady Sean.
Picture. I hope that's a her. In the picture, it kind of looks like a woman to me.
Okay.
And we got some beef going. Numerologics is talking about go birds, and C is saying,
go birds.
No, they're both for the Eagles.
Okay. So Eagles.
Hashtag Eagles. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Eagles. I'm a Steelers fan. You see, I got the Steelers jersey.
Stephen Lascala is.
What up, Stevie Weezies? Okay.
And I just want to quickly go because we have a bunch of people just all saying hello.
Okay.
Julie is here, and so is Gloria Wallace. So
hey, Gloria and Julie.
Whether I said hello to you or not, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So you guys can put in your fandom, and if you want, you can even put some predictions, Chiefs or Eagles, your score, all that stuff. Nick, this one is a big one. The Chiefs are going for three in a row. Pat Riley's already going to get his payday since he trademarked it back when the Lakers were doing it. It's a big thing in the Taylor house because my twins, who are Leos, I got my son Mateus, my last child, is a Chiefs fan, and then the older twin Jackson is an Eagles fan. Now, you know, twins, they already got beef, right? They're battling, and they battled 2 years ago in the Super Bowl when the Eagles lost to the Chiefs. You know, some questionable calls. And, you know, supposedly we all know the refs have been kind of favoring Patrick and the Chiefs. It's just everybody in the media is talking about it. It's out there. Any of you football fans, and I know BTV, she's an Eagles fan, and I know she was talking about the refs too. It's a big deal. And truth be told, you guys, I am an astrologer, but I used to do a sports radio show. So, like, I'm really about this life, and I'm a Steelers fan. Then I like the Jets, Yankees, Steelers, Knicks, all that stuff. So I know the football. So I'll give you a little bit with that. But Nick, start us off. It's 6:30 p.m. Eastern in New Orleans. Locally, there will be 5:30 p.m. at the New Orleans. Used to be the Superdome, Mercedes Superdome. Now they changed all these different names. But what's the general energy that you want to start with? And I guess of the day, right? February 9th, which is Saquon Barkley's birthday, by the way. He's the Aquarius, the main, Aquarius people on both teams. It's his day.
Yeah. Well, I will say first that I'm the complete opposite when it comes to football. Now, I like the game. You know, if it's on, I'm somewhere and it's on the TV, I'll get into it. But I don't have a favorite team. I don't follow it. Right. I don't know any of these players, the stats or anything. So I'll be speaking strictly from the numbers.
That's all you got to do. Give us the numbers.
Big E, he'll give you the best of both worlds. He'll give you the sports radio along with the astrology of it as well. but NFL is not my religion, as it has become for a lot of Americans. But yeah, I mean, let's start with the date. Sunday, February 9th. So, of course, it's the 9th calendar day. So we're under the influence of that number 9 again. Number 9 matching the universal year of number 9. 9 life path for you, like we said. Now, when we add up the month, the day, and the year, February being the second month, the 9th day of the month, and the 9th year, it adds up to a master number 11. So we will be under the influence of that number 9, as well as the master number 11. So very, very two powerful numbers. 9 is the highest single digit number before you get to the master numbers, and the master numbers are already very powerful. So both very spiritual numbers.
And can I ask you real quick, Nick, are the master numbers 11, 22, and 33, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Those are the master numbers. And sometimes we reduce them down to the single digit. It's just a matter of whether the person that's carrying that number do they have the capability or the willingness to live up to that master number, because it is a higher energy, it is a higher octave of the base number or the single digit number.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot of spiritual energy, and we know that New Orleans is a very spiritual city as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. a lot of energy on Sunday for sure. And we also know that Sunday is connected to Leo and Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, and you mentioned Leo, so we're gonna see a lot of Leo energy looking at these teams in this game on on Sunday.
Well, so that's really fascinating to me in terms of that. So I'm going to give some of the astrology, but real quick, just thinking about, it's literally his birthday. Could that energy favor Saquon Barkley in any way?
Oh yeah. It definitely could, since it is his birthday and it's in alignment, and then also in the Rosicrucian cycles of life, he'll be entering into his reputation cycle. So yeah, it can very much be favorable for him in that as far as his individual performance, for sure. And
now, what makes it the reputation cycle? I don't really get, is it because it's just his birthday, or because it's his birthday and he's and it's a universal 9 year and the 9th day, or?
Oh, because it's his birthday. So we all have our cycles of life throughout the year, and the reputation cycle starts on the birthday and it goes for 52 days. And and the number 11,
I never heard of that before. That's fascinating.
Yeah. This is another system, that we have in our toolbox that we learned from our big brother Lloyd.
Okay. I love that.
And also, since it is his birthday and it is a 11 universal day, that means he'll be going into a master number 11 personal year cycle, and we know that the 11 is also tied to fame and fortune.
He's had his best season as a pro. He's in the running for the MVP award between Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Saquon Barkley. He may finish third, but I mean, he balled out this year, and that's why the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, because of Saquon.
Oh, he's been making some noise
in the playoffs. So you're right on point with that, right? Just bringing down numerology, because fame and fortune, he was struggling on the Giants, getting injured, and they had a bad offensive line. He came to Philly, and it was like, fly, Eagles, fly. That's for BTV. Yeah. And my boy Scott Cowboy Killers, he's an Eagle fan. So, I had to give him some love. So, okay. So let me break down. I'm going to go with the Chiefs first, you guys, just to give you a little bit, and we'll get back to the numbers. Andy Reid, the head coach of the Chiefs, formerly of the Eagles, is a Pisces. The quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, is a Virgo like me. Then the star tight end, Travis Kelce, who's dating the Taylor Swift, the Capricorn. Travis Kelce is a Libra. Then we've got DeAndre Hopkins, the star wide receiver who got traded during the season. He's a Gemini. Isaiah Pacheco, their main running back, is a Pisces. Their second other main running back is a Kareem Hunt, a Leo. And last but not least, one defensive player. I just want to give you the main players to look for. Chris Jones is a Leo. So that's kind of their little lineup with that. Now for the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, the head coach, he's a Gemini. The quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is a Leo, August 7th, okay? Then we've got Saquon Barkley, we just mentioned, the birthday boy, Aquarius. Then the two star wide receivers, A.J. Brown is a Cancer. And I'll come back to that because there's something important in the Super Bowl chart. So just remember that A.J. Brown is a Cancer. The other wide receiver, Devontae Smith, is a Scorpio, okay? The November Scorpio. And then last but not least, Jalen Carter, the young stud defensive lineman, is an Aries. So the reason why I was mentioning the hold on to A.J. Brown, Nick, is that the chart is a Leo rising. Okay. And that day on Super Bowl Sunday at kickoff, the moon is in Cancer, making a conjunction to the planet Mars in the 12th house. And makes me think that something could pop off that day, not to bring any fear, because I'm always faith over fear, and there's nothing to fear. But the moon is the collective in a mundane chart, right? Talking about society, the moon is the people. It's also our emotional mind, body, health. So when you think about body and health, and it's conjunct Mars, which is accidents, blood, procedures, surgeries, it cuts, separates, and divides, right? It's fighting, arguments. And AJ Brown is a Cancer sun. I don't know the exact degree, but that's an energy where something could happen to AJ Brown, hurting an ankle, hurting, his foot, something like that. You just never know. So just keep that in mind. Big E's giving you little nuggets to look for. Now, the Leo rising, that means the moon is in the 12th house in Cancer, but the Aquarius sun and Pluto is in his 7th house of the other half. So it's hard to say astrologically who it favors. You got the Virgo 2nd house for Patrick Mahomes. You could say if he earns the Super Bowl trophy and wins again, right? That's the house of earning money. And the 8th house of Pisces, which can, favor some of the Eagles, as I mentioned, and Andy Reid and some of the Isaiah Pacheco. The 8th house, that's of, sudden events, but it could be other people's resources, so getting awards and trophies. So just a little bit that I wanted to give you and break that down. So let's get back to the numerology. You want to start with some Chiefs players or Eagles, or I'll let you just take it over?
Yeah, well, I'll actually build off of what you said, because there's definitely some alignment in there. Master number 11 day, on the challenging side, when we talk about the Chaldean meaning of the master number 11, it represents hidden dangers and betrayal and deception. So that there might be a connection there with what you said about AJ Brown, and then you mentioned Mars and the attributes of Mars.
Yeah.
9 universal year, 9 calendar day, 9 is ruled by Mars.
That's right.
Also, so you have that doubling of that energy there.
Somebody's going to have an injury. We don't wish it on nobody, but something's going to happen, whether it's in the game, in New Orleans, or just somewhere in the collective. Something could be popping off. Oh, wait. Do we have a question or a comment you want to get to?
I'm good. I'm looking through right now. So
okay.
Give me a second. I'll let you know.
Okay. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue. I just want to check on the people.
Yep. No problem. But to go back through some of those coaches and players that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Starting with head coach Sirianni. You mentioned he's a Gemini. He's a Gemini. He's born on the 15th, I see. So that makes him a number 6, and his numbers are the 6, 5, and 9. So number 9 is one of his key numbers. So that
sounds good for the Eagle fans. And Jupiter's a Gemini right now, Nick. So that's like really good for the Eagles head coach.
Yeah. So you have some favorability in that sense, with being the 9th day. Jalen Hurts is, like you said, he's a Leo, and Sunday is good for Leos, favorable for Leos. His numbers are 7, 2, 1, and 4. Okay. And if you look at the Caesar Superdome, you'll shout out to BTV, aka Numeralytics, on her breakdown of the Super Bowl. She went in. Broke it down good too. Yeah. So she went into the founding dates of the teams and the construction of Caesar's Superdome, and this is where you see the Leo energy showing up, because Caesar's Superdome was built on August 11th, 1971. Got that 11 energy again. And it officially opened on August 3rd, 1975. So you have that Leo energy again. So lots of Leo energy. Like I said, Jalen Hurts is a Leo. And then going over to the Chiefs, you mentioned Andy Reid, Pisces, March 19th. So his numbers are the 1, 4, and 3. So you have again 1 and 4 tied to Sunday. So Sunday is one of Andy's best days. So there's some favorability in that sense as well.
Okay.
So I'm kind of with you, Eric, as far as, I think this game is going to be a tight one. There's
It's
a
going to
little
be
bit
a
of,
toss-up.
yeah,
And
there's a little bit of favorability on both sides. when
no,
it
it
comes
definitely
to,
is. And when you mentioned the stuff with the Leo, obviously you've got that energy for Jalen Hurts, who's very important to quarterback. But somebody who's trying to sack the quarterback, Chris Jones on the Chiefs, him being a Leo, that's pretty interesting too. So let's get to some of these questions and comments in the chats too.
Okay, so we have Gloria Wallace, and Julia, we're getting to you after. She says, how long does the Mercury stay in your number if I'm in an 8 and going into a 7 next year? How long does the Mercury stay in your number? Okay, does that make sense to you?
It doesn't really make sense, but maybe it does to you, numerology.
Me either. Is she talking about a personal year or?
Okay, so I'm gonna read it.
Because Mercury is a planet, so I don't know if it stays in a number.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also.
So that's kind of you got to reword the question, maybe.
Right. Yeah, no, because she had another one. So I'm gonna try for now to be in questions that are relating to the numbers, okay?
Yeah.
And then we make it back to the astrology questions later. Julie's question is, I'm a master number 11. How do you know if you're living up to your master number?
Oh, good question.
Oh, wow, yeah. So you think about the attributes of the 11. So when you say you're a master number 11, I'm assuming you mean that you're born on a day, born on 11th of a month. So I would say, just think about the characteristics of the 11. Do you have you gone through a spiritual awakening? Do you feel tied to spirituality? Do you receive downloads, as people call them? Do people or yourself, do you feel that you're ahead of your time, futuristic in your thinking? Are you a highly compassionate person, a highly understanding person of others? Are you had the double ones there? So are you a passionate person? Are you a leader? Have you been a victim or suffer from deception or hidden danger? So those are some of the attributes of the master number 11. So just consider the characteristics of the 11.
Okay, that's really great advice. Yeah.
And then I want to say thank you to C. And he's just pointing out that in his family, everybody's born on the 3rd. He's got himself on November 3rd. He has his mother on January 3rd and his grandmother on May 3rd.
Wow.
And he just gave us a super chat. So thank you so very much.
So Nick, what could that mean for C? Do you see those numbers sometimes through a family's lineage and how they play out?
Yeah, well, so all those family members being born on the 3rd means that they have some similarities, but since they're all born in different months, that's where there's some distinction or some difference there. And obviously, all born in different years, so they'll have some similar traits that they have when they come into this life, come into this physical reality. But their past will all be different throughout their lives. The early part of their lives will be very different. The latter part, ending part of their lives will be very different, since the months are different and the years are different. But the number 3, that's considered a lucky number, when you use it on the positive side, and
that connects to Jupiter, correct?
Yes, yep. That growth and expansion planet and number.
I like that.
So
okay, we got another one.
Green Heart Girl, she asked an interesting question. Do the players' jersey numbers factor into their numerology?
Oh,
that is a good question. That is a
good question. Mahomes is 15. I wonder about, something like that.
Yeah, well, we all have numbers that we all have our key numbers, and we have challenge numbers too. So depending on the jersey number, that might influence the player's success, on the field. If they pick a number that's in alignment with their birthday, or if they pick a number that might be in opposition to the birthday, that would make an interesting case study. If one of for numerologists or want to do some research.
Nick, I heard that about Michael Jordan, the 23, because the 23 is a very kind of like powerful number, right? The 5. But I heard that with Jordan, that 23 was very favorable for him, and connects to some powerful regal energy.
Yeah. And I don't know Michael Jordan's birthday off the top of my head. Yeah.
He's February 17th.
February 17th. Okay. Yeah.
The same birthday as my uncle and Bill Russell. Yeah, it's a powerful. Did you know? Okay, so this is funny because let me just say this, right?
Sure.
Let me say this. Nick, you guys, is a Sagittarius rising, Capricorn sun.
My business.
He's my brother because I'm a Cap moon, and he's an Aquarius moon. So that's why he's so good with these numbers and just, rocking with the esoteric knowledge. But I was connecting to your Aquarius energy because, it's Aquarius season. So happy birthday to all the Aquariuses out there. But Aquariuses, Nick, are good at everything. So we know about all the celebrities and the politicians, per se, from Frederick Douglass to Lincoln to Huey, all these people. But athletes, you got the best of the best. You have Michael Jordan, Jim Brown, the running back for the Cleveland Browns, Babe Ruth, Bill Russell, 11 championships for the Celtics, and Wayne Gretzky, the best in hockey. And I'm just like, whoa. And there's many more, but those are like the top ones. And then even the MCs, right? You got Rakim, J. Cole, Logic, Big Boy from Outkast. I mean, so Aquariuses hold it down, whether they're revolutionaries, they're presidents, right? Or, rappers. I mean, it's really fascinating, that energy. And it is the most rare sun sign.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And Virgo, which is mine, is the most common because everybody's having babies around Christmas and New Year's, or making babies.
Yeah. I do remember Lloyd saying that the most common birth month is September.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he says September 9th is the most common birthday.
September 9th is the most common birthday, which is my oldest son's birthday. So that's kind of cool. So back to the Super Bowl, I want to ask you. The fact that the ascendant is a Leo, the stadium is a Leo, and Jalen Hurts is a Leo, could someone say, wow, that is really favorable? Because the quarterback is kind of the most, important position. And last time they met 2 years ago, Jalen balled out. Could we ascertain anything from that, do you think, in terms of numbers, based on just all that theme line of Leo? Or could it be a challenge because we're in the opposite, it's Aquarius season?
Yeah, it's also a Sunday, so Leo is favorable for Sunday. And then another dimension to add to that is that the Chiefs, they were established in Leo season as well, August 14th, 1959. So that complicates it.
Okay, and that's the thing, you guys. It's just like choosing a president or whatever.
Yeah.
There's both. It's like a toss-up or a coin. I think the spread, the Chiefs are favored. I think by unless it moved, it was 1.5, and I think it could literally be a 1 or 2 point game. This is going to come down to the end again, like it did 2 years ago. So,
granted,
any other powerful numbers you want to share with everybody before we get to doing some readings and having some wild fun?
Yeah, and I also say, granted that they let these guys play football without any interference or manipulation going on. Like you mentioned the refs earlier, or
the refs got to chill out, man.
A defensive back missing the tackle on purpose, or something like that. Granted, none of that happens.
Well, listen. So let me ask you this, because for people here, they may be going to a Super Bowl party. Yeah. Any special, like, nerdy, cool number facts that they could share at a party, or anything about Kendrick Lamar and halftime? Now, Kendrick is a Gemini, right? Born in June. I think he was the 16th or 17th of June. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe somebody in the chat could let us know if you know. But he's also a Pisces moon. Now, he's the halftime show. He just won 5 Grammys. And had record of the year for They Not Like Us, which we heard at the Grammys. Everybody's singing A minor. So now Drake has filed a lawsuit, and hopefully, to see if they can prevent him performing that song, which is really kind of wild when you think about it. So we'll see what the NFL and Fox decide. Will they just acknowledge the lawsuit, or just be like, we don't care, Kendrick, do what you want? So that'll be so any nerdy number nuggets of numerology that you could share with the audience, so they could kind of shine at a Super Bowl party?
Sure. I mean, if you're bringing numerology to the masses, they might either be astonished, or they might look at you weird, like,
that's all right.
What is this guy talking about? But I guess we can end off with the Super Bowl. Just talking about Super Bowl 59, talking about the number 59, and talking about the entire title, Super Bowl 59. So if we just look at the number 59 alone, and we add it up, 59, 5 plus 9 is 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. And 5 is the number of change, movement, adaptability, versatility, spontaneity, energy, being, quick on your toes, on the positive side, but on the challenging side, you're being careless, having a lack of direction and discipline, nervousness. So I would say the team and the players and the coaches that are the most adaptable, the ones that have the most energy, bring the most energy and sustain that energy throughout those 4 quarters, the ones who are most versatile in their style of play on the field, the ones that are very, very methodical, in their playing, and who are the most disciplined, I think they'll have the edge, the upper hand. And then here's something else interesting, because I mentioned that it's a master number 11, universal day. When you put the whole title together, Super Bowl 59, and you add the Super Bowl part by applying numerical values to each letter in the word Super Bowl, and you add it to 59, that adds up to a master number 11 as well.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, y'all, the Freemasons are gonna be loving this game.
Just how they love everything.
I know.
They love everything.
If you guys don't know, Grammys, Oscars, Super Bowls, they really use these events as big energy harvesting events. So I just want everyone in the audience and everybody to be aware. So, you usually see some sort of symbolism, some sort of like things like with Rihanna a couple years ago performing pregnant, right? She was birthing in the new age of Aquarius. Did you kind of get that? So, you and the divine feminine and all that. So we have to pay attention to, what this is, because Kendrick is kind of bringing back lyrics, which I love as a hip hop head and as an MC, but he was kind of trying to bring in maybe what they call the golden age, and bringing in something new in terms of getting rid of the old structures and old systems. Now, some people will say, or, could, say, well, maybe he's bringing in and helping us to bring in the new currency and getting rid of the fiat currency. So, these are just food for thought. I like to just, throw stuff out there. So let's go to a couple questions, and then we want to get to these readings, man. And everybody can shoot some dates at you. So any couple questions, and then everybody can start putting in their numerology stuff.
We've already started to get some questions like that, but we also have some general numerology questions, which I thought I'd like to ask. Chantel Jones said, can you talk about life cycles versus pinnacle years and how you calculate this?
Sure. Yeah. So life cycles, there's three major life cycles, which I was kind of alluding to with I forgot the C.
Saquon?
Yeah, Saquon. C that was in the chat when
with the being born in the third,
on the third, yeah. And I was pointing to the distinctions between the birth month, the birthday, and the birth year. So the life cycles, the three major life cycles are represented by the birth month, the birthday, and the birth year. Now the pinnacle cycles, these are cycles within the life path. So if the life path is your entire journey from birth into ascension, the pinnacle cycles are periods within along that path. So you have I believe it's you have three or four pinnacle cycles, so that represent lessons and challenges that you.
Do they go through a duration of time, Nick? Like 15 years or 20 years, or how does that go?
Right. So it depends on your life path number. So it could be your first 27 years, could be 28, could be 34. So it all depends. But these are lessons and challenges that you will learn over the course of your life on the way to mastering your life path number, and those are usually calculated by adding and subtracting your birth month and your birthday, and your second lesson and your first lesson. So if you reach out to me and book a session with me, we can get into the specifics of your pinnacles and cycles.
Tell them right now, everything's down below, but Nick, please share how people can book with you and explain the different services you have so people know, and your website and social media.
Sure. So my website is supremenumerics.com, spelled just how it is, and my name on the screen there, which is one word.com. So you can book there. You can also reach me on social media, Instagram, Mr. Westbrooks. So my booking information is there. My link tree is there. Linktree, Mr. Westbrooks. So I offer three tiers of service. I offer a 15-minute session, a 30-minute session, and a 1-hour session.
Okay.
And during that time, you would provide for me your name and your birthday and whatever you want to know about. So, for example, you want to know about your life cycles and your pinnacle cycles. We would. I would take your birthday and explain what are the major themes of each of your life cycles. What lessons do you need to learn in each of your pinnacles? What challenges do you need to learn or overcome in those pinnacle cycles? What lessons do you need to learn over the course of your life? That's what I would cover in a numerology session with Supreme Numerics.
I love that, man. All right, let's get to some of these numerology questions. You guys got birth dates?
Okay. Well, sorry, what I'm going to ask.
You got another good question?
Well,
okay.
Julie just asked, is a life number, this is a fast question, is a life path number from the day only of the birth or day, month, and year?
It is the sum of the day, month, and year are reduced down to a single digit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when somebody says a life path 11, that's not a single digit, right? So that's why you asked her if it was her day versus the whole thing. Okay, got you. That's what I kind of thought.
But it can still, if it gets to 11, it's a master number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we got a really good question here. It's very detailed from Alet Unique Understanding. I am for Aquarius, 1/31/87. When picking a name for a business, and moving into a home, what would be the most compatible numbers that they should add up to?
Okay, 13187.
So Aquarius number 4, she said, right?
Oh yeah, she did. So
Yep. So an address or a name that definitely adds up to a 4, a 4 or 1, for sure. I would definitely start with that, since those are your best number, 2 of your best numbers.
okay. And is there anything? So okay.
So she was anything for so for business, you're saying she wants to have it connected to
When
the
picking
1,
a name for a business.
the 1 and the 4?
Yeah. So when you have the name and you transpose the numerical values with the letters, the total should add up to a number that is the same as your birth number.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, or numbers that are in harmony with your birth number.
Okay. And so what numbers are in harmony with 4 besides 4?
Well, the number 1. So the number 1 and number 4, those are the sun numbers. So those go together, and also numbers that are in harmony with your astrological sign too.
Okay.
So those, yeah.
And she's 131. She's an Aquarius. So wouldn't the 9 go good with the Aquarius?
Yeah. So I would say the 1,
1.
4. Yeah, 1, 4. Well, 4, 1, and 9. Yeah.
Oh, 4, 1, and 9. Okay.
C said June 17th, 1987, 37 years old. Can we read him?
So it said June say it again, June 17th.
1987.
1987.
37 years old.
June 17th or June 27th?
17.
June
17th. Okay. June 17th. Okay. So that would make you a 17-8. So you have that legacy leaving number. So you are here to leave a legacy. You are here to be in authority in whatever you pursue. You're here to be disciplined. So by nature, you're a very disciplined, very hardworking person. At times, you can be misunderstood. So you want to make sure that you're clear in your communication with others. And
I'm sure a lot of Aquariuses can admit to that life experience, right?
Oh yeah, the 4. Yep. The Aquarius, the 4 and the 8. Yeah, we definitely have to be clear in our communications, because I'm born on the 22nd, tied to the 4. I'm a Capricorn, that's tied to the 8 life path number. So believe me, I get it.
Oh man. Okay.
And we have Sean West, who's 1013.
Okay, 1013. So another number 4, but born on the 13th. So that's the so power and dominion number. But with the number 4, hard worker, someone that's very organized, someone that's very structured, someone that should make sure you look out for secret enemies with the number 4. Yeah.
Well, they're also right 10, 13, they're Libra. So, the key is not, being too passive aggressive and not letting people walk all over you, but seeking that harmony and peace too, that's going to be important.
And then we have Angel, blessings. So I'm new to numerology, but very interested. Anything I should be focused on this year? And her birthday is 10/9/87.
Okay, so
October 9th, 1987. Okay.
Yeah, October 9th. Okay, so that means you would be going into a number 1 personal year. You'll be transitioning from a number 9 to a number 1 personal year. So you should be thinking about how you can start brand new, create a clean slate for yourself, new beginnings. start a new project, clear out the old so you can welcome in the new, let go of what's no longer serving you, that dead weight, so you can bring in the new and the better, whether that's new career, new projects, new relationships, newness for number one.
I love that. And you know what? Hopefully she's been doing that because she just had the South Node leave after 18 months on January 11th. And the South Node being in Libra for the last 18 months, you should have been cutting the fat, getting rid of the people who are fake friends and so-called family and people gossiping and jealous of you. You got to be like, kiss grits. Bye, Felicia. Right?
Right.
Robert Lukowski. And I think he's new.
No, Robert's an OG. Yeah, he hasn't been here in a while.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Night. Welcome back. He said, can you explain more on karmic lesson numbers?
Okay, so karmic lesson numbers. So those would be so they're certain double-digit numbers that can be found in your birthday or your name. So they are the 13, the 14, the 16, and the 13. So these karmic debt numbers represents I guess you could say challenges that you'll have to overcome from a previous life. So challenges that you're facing from a previous life. So if you have a 13 karmic debt number, that means in the previous life, you may have slacked off on your work while everybody else was working hard. You might have been slacking off. With the number 14, you abuse your freedom, in the previous life. So you're learning to be more disciplined. With the 16, that's illicit love affairs. So you're in this life, you're learning to be more, to show more integrity in your relationships, and, not to cheat or deceive others, in order to overcome those challenges and those lessons.
Wow, I love learning something new. I never knew about any of this. That's neat. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, they really stretching me. I'm pulling.
Yeah. That's my audience. My audience don't play now.
Yeah, they're sharp.
And, you know what? I realize, I'm down here lower in the feed. And that when I said about C, that wasn't his birthday. That was Kendrick's birthday. So y'all read Kendrick.
Okay, now we got to do C. Did Kendrick. Okay.
And C, so if you do want them to read you, please feel free to share your information. And Alette said, thank you so much. She's the one who had the work and move going on. And let's see here. Robert Lukowski is a life path number 9 and a karmic lesson number 7. Okay, let's see. So Live, Laugh, Love, Lilo is July 13th, 2000. I'm a life path number 4.
So
or 4 life path number.
So
July 13th.
Okay.
So 7/13/2000.
7/13/2000 and a life path 4. So your birthday number and your life path are in alignment. So those traits of the number 4 will follow you for a good part of your life. So again, learning to be organized, learning to be structured, learning to be disciplined, learning to mind your mental, making sure that you're immersing yourself in positive affirmations and messages, since the number 4 can be connected to depression and moodiness and being misunderstood by others. And since the number 4 is such an out of the box thinker, that's one of the reasons why we say the number 4 is the number of secret enemies, as well as them being the rebels and going against the popular opinions.
Words don't play.
Yep, just like that Aquarian energy.
Right. Oh man, okay.
And so we have C did follow up with his birthday, which is now 11/3/86. If we want to break him down for real this time.
11/3/86.
Okay, so
Scorpio.
Yeah, so Scorpio number 3. So born on the 3rd of the month. It tells me that this person is expressive, outgoing, someone who might be the life of the party, someone who might be into some type of vocal performance, whether it's speaking or singing or rapping or some type of music. It's a creative energy. So if this person isn't tapping into that creativity and expressing themselves using their voice, that's something that they should do, because they'll probably do very well with it. But they should always think optimistically and don't allow people to get on their nerves.
Well, if C's the true Scorpio, he don't let nobody get on his nerves. Scorpios, they don't even acknowledge that silliness. Scorpios are great.
We have we already did that. I'm sorry. Black God, June 17th, 1977. And then he has 22-4 on the end of it. Is that like the life path number and some?
I don't know. But let's just 6/17. What year? 77.
79.
Oh, you said 77 the first time.
Did I? I'm so sorry. June 17th, 1979.
Let's see.
6/17, 1979.
Okay, let's see where they got see if that is the life path that they came up with. I'll add it up really quickly and see what we got. Okay, yes, that probably
verbal with the Gemini energy. I know that.
Yeah. Okay, so I added it in one direction. So maybe it is a 22, but it definitely is definitely a 4. Whether it's a 22-4 or 40, 44, a life path number is a 4. So over the course of this life, again, we getting a lot of number 4 energy coming up tonight.
But remember, I told you, see, I attract 4s because I got the 11th house stellium in Virgo, and my destiny number, not the life path. I'm a life path 9. My destiny number is a 4. So 4 recognized 4. That's why people rock with me like that.
So BTV, her daughter, is a 9/20.
Okay. Well, let me finish up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were done.
Yeah. I was just pointing out that. So, if you listen to the descriptions of the 4, but what I will tell you for going into 2025, that what you can look out for this year is that you'll be going into a number 5 year. So this will be a big year for changes for you. So think about what positive changes you can make this year. Be adaptable to any changes that might come up. It's a high energy frequency. So you may be working hard and playing hard. So just make sure you find some rest in there in that number 5 year. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, and be careful with them vices. Don't overindulge in vices in the 5 personal year.
That's great advice. And wait a minute, those vices may not be the things we think. It could just be too much sugar.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, yep. It could be, it could be, sugar, alcohol, sex, shopping,
Caffeine,
whatever.
yeah.
Yep, caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah. We had it was B. It was B.
And then B is 920 is for her daughter.
Okay, 9/20. All right, so number two birthday. So very loving and sensitive, young lady, connected to the moon. Someone that needs her hugs. So sensitive on the positive and the challenging side. So just having that emotional regulation and balance, to be sensitive and to feel, but don't become overly sensitive. It's a balancing act. And then we're in the 9 universal year, which is a challenge to the number 2. So it's especially important to have those emotions regulated. Don't be overly sensitive, but don't let anybody play with you either.
And she's on the cusp of beauty. She's probably, depending on the year she was born, she's probably 29, maybe 28, but probably 29 degrees Virgo. And that cusp of beauty, she's probably a cute young lady, B. You probably have a beautiful daughter, but she can be really tough on herself and others, high expectations. The Virgo Libra cusp, they're attractive and they're very talented in culinary and creativity, fashion, style, design. But sometimes, when it comes to relationships, it can be a rough road because they hold the other half to super high standards. So just help navigate and guide her through that.
And let's see, we have so many people. I mean, how many are we going to do?
Let's just keep going. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
So we have Santana Dadon.
Oh, welcome, Santana. All you new people, please like and subscribe. Thank you for coming.
Please.
What's up, Santana?
We're trying to get to 1 million. That's a really good number.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Santana Dadon. That's my man.
I like the name.
3/10/1991.
3/10. All right. So born on the 10th makes you a number 1, and the number 10 is that Wheel of Fortune number. So Santana, you had the potential to have some good luck as long as you're engaging in positive deeds. But also beyond that, the number 1 also tells me that naturally you like to be number 1, never second to anybody. You tell it how it is.
The Aries Leo Deacon, so he's like, yo, Santana the Don in the house.
Yeah. He spit those bars too, man, like you.
I love it, Santana.
Yeah. So he tells it how it is, straightforward with people. If he's not an entrepreneur, he should be an entrepreneur because he doesn't like taking orders from anybody.
Listen, I love Aries. My father was an Aries. I got my little Aries back there, the Ram. So I know the Aries men. I know the women well too. But Aries and that Aries Leo Deacon, Santana, he could be a little bit more flashy. But Aries, they don't ask for permission. Yeah. They do it, and then afterwards, they're not waiting for anybody. And they don't like to hear the word no. So Santana, keep doing it and keep shining, man.
Yeah, that double fire energy. So with that 3 and that 1, that Aries and that number 1, he's definitely tapping into that creativity on the microphone, expressing himself.
Okay. Yeah. Hit me up, Santana. I want to hear your stuff. Eric at BigEAstrology.com, man.
And then Sean West said you're right on point.
Oh, good.
Thank you. And Hope by Numbers. My little sister's birthday is 9/9/2010.
Oh, Hope by Numbers. Welcome, Hope.
Yeah.
9/9/2010.
Yeah.
Most common birthday, and my oldest son's birthday, the Virgo.
Yeah, that is a lot of 9 energy. That means she's born in the 9th month, born on the 9th day. It's a 9 universal year, and it'll be a 9 personal year. So
wow.
yeah, a lot of 9 energy there. So she should be inspiring people. She should be inspiring people. She should be giving back to the community. She should make sure she's always operating on that higher side of that 9, especially with everything that's going on in the world. We need that extra light, that extra positivity.
Yes, sir.
So be motivational, be inspirational, be slow to anger.
And hopefully she's getting involved
not quick
in the right groups in high school. She's about to be 15 there, so hopefully she's connecting with the right friends and after school programs and sports. Yeah.
Right. Yep. Being a leader of in front of her peers. Yep, absolutely.
Well, those Virgo ladies are tough. I know. Virgo women, they don't play, man. They do not play.
Yeah, but they earth signs like me, so
we're grounded and hardworking. The Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, us earth signs, man. We steady eddies.
Signs, yep.
What else we got?
Yep, nice and grounded.
Okay, and then we have Mia Shell. Her birthday is 2/3/1966.
All right.
So just had a birthday. So happy
yeah.
belated. Yep, happy belated. So you're going into a number 5 personal new year for you. Number 5, so a year of changes, a year of being adaptable, a year of maybe exploring some literary talents, since the number 5 is a literary year. Maybe you might do, if not writing a book, maybe journaling, maybe blogging. Even if you don't put it out to the world, you have it for yourself. But
and she's an Aquarius, so she needs to reach out and take advantage of the Aquarius birth chart sale. All right, you got live.
There you go.
You could do the natal, the solar return, or the secondary progression. So you may not be the Aquarius anymore. You may be rocking as an Aries now. That Aries energy. And it's Eric at BigEAstro.com. You got 2 choices, either 164 or 245, which is like a custom video summary. It's like a whole mini movie of your life. But definitely, Michelle, hit me up. Aquarius, all Aquarius Sun Moon risings, take advantage of the birth chart sale. It ends February 18th. Yeah,
it is.
And we have Almel Ra, and she is 5/17/1988. May 17th, 1988.
Okay.
Oh, that's another one of my guys. Shout out to the god Almel.
Sorry about that, Almel.
Almel, all right. Almel the Taurus. I know Almel is about the bag right there.
Oh yeah, he's a Taurus number 8 too. So
that's what I said.
Yeah, that 8. Yeah, that 8 is tied to that money, but it's a balance. It's a balance between the material and the spiritual side, which I know Almel, so I know he's definitely tapped into the spiritual side. But yeah, it's being disciplined, understanding and knowing the laws of karma. What you put in is what you get out. This year you'll be going into a number four personal year. So doubling down on that discipline, because you have the influence of that 17/8 going into that 4 personal year. So doubling down on that discipline and putting in that work, just working hard. And as long as you're putting in that hard work, you'll reap the benefits from your hard work.
And so next up we have Serena A, and she is 9/5/1972, life path 33.
9/5, another Virgo. And let me just say real quick, as you're getting the numbers together for Amel, you know, it's funny what Nick was saying, because a lot of people don't give Taurus, Nick, enough credit. You know, it's a Venus ruled, but Venus is devotion. So Tauruses can be very spiritual, not just sensual, and not just sensual talking about like the sex, but sensual, tapping into all 5 of your senses, Amel. And Tauruses can be very underrated, very spiritual. And you got to spend more time in nature. Uranus will still be rocking with you until the 7/7 portal, when it dips into Gemini for a little bit and then permanently goes into Gemini April 2026. So Amel, yeah, you know, you've been dealing with this Uranus hitting your sun and all that stuff. So hopefully you've been doing good. And since 2018, you've probably gone through maybe your spiritual awakening or just increasing your spiritual abilities and gifts. So keep at it, brother.
All right. So the person that we just read off was 9/5. So this should be a favorable year for this person born on September the 5th, because you're born on the number 5 and you're going into a 5 personal year. So whenever your birth number and either the universal or the personal year is the same, it should be favorable for you, and you're transitioning from a 4-year where you got yourself, or you should have, gotten yourself organized and structured, to a year where you can make necessary changes based on the systems and the structures that you put in place, and you're able to take your foot off the gas a little bit, and have a little bit of freedom. So if you went through some restrictions and some limitations last year, this year, this new year coming up for you, it should be a year of more freedom, more free flowing, more travel, more movement, and less restriction for you.
I love that. And we'll get back to the chat in a second. I want to ask you, Nick, because man, you're hitting all different corner pockets, and I just love all the knowledge, because I didn't know about the karma numbers and the life cycles. So it's really fascinating to me. And I wanted to ask you, when you do connect the numbers to the planets, right? And I know Lloyd talks about this, and so does Kimberly, and and everybody. How, going from, I think of astrology, we're leaving the Piscean age and entering in the age of Aquarius. And, this universal 9 year and the year of the snake and the Chinese astrology, which started on January 29th. How do you look at the 9 year in terms of the endings and the completion and things coming to an end, getting ready for the universal 1 year for new beginnings? As a collective, what should be our spiritual focus in terms of these endings and the humanitarian, all that stuff? Like, what's the feeling for the collective that we should be tapping into?
Sure. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I forgot to mention the completions and the endings. But I know a little earlier I did mention, letting go of what no longer serves you, so you can welcome in the new. So last year, when we were in an 8 universal year, that signaled or had us considering the assets and the liabilities in our lives. So, if we took inventory of the assets and liabilities in this 9 year, we can look at what needs to stay in our lives. What are the liabilities? What's the dead weight that we need to let go of? Because if we hold on to the things, the habits, the mindsets, the people, the physical objects that we should be letting go of, and we carry it into number 1 year in 2026, it's going to stay with us for another 9 years. So if it's something that you don't want, I suggest you
better let it go.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah, you definitely better let it go. So that's one aspect of it. Another aspect of it is the importance of completing what you start. That's also what the number 9 teaches us. Anything that we started, whether it's this year or previous year, we want to see it to its completion, and that way we'll be more fulfilled and we'll be rewarded, cosmically when we do that. When we finish what we start, when we let go of what's no longer serve us, when we're being those humanitarians. We'll be rewarded cosmically.
See, and I love that, because that's what I've been, speaking to my audience and to all my clients, right? There's been a lot of energy with the new moons and full moons and the Leo full moon, which you guys can go and watch my video. Just released it last night. The Leo full moon is coming up on February 12th. And it's in a T-square, 24 degrees, T-squaring Uranus and Taurus, which is at 23 degrees. And it's really about us, the last few full new moons and full moons, about letting go of the past and the old structures and the systems. I've been telling people even before the election, we need to become the president and leaders of our own lives. And so stop relying on a president, stop relying on the structures and system. It doesn't matter if it was Harris or Trump or whatever, it's got to be about you. And part of that also, Nick, is about increasing the self-love, but also knowing that we're walking into a new energy. We're walking into the 5th dimension, new earth. So the old ways of doing stuff, it's not going to work anymore. And we have to be willing to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and changing, so we can grow and be the highest versions of ourselves and ascend to the 5th dimension. And that's spiritual discipline, no days off, but it's also not relying or holding on to the past. Remember in the Bible, Lot's wife, when she turned around, she turned to a pillar of salt, right? Don't yearn for the old world. Say goodbye to CBS, NBC, Fox, CNN, MSNBC. Say goodbye to that. Say goodbye to these old legacies and structures and systems. You guys saw it with Pluto and Capricorn, right? From 08 to 24, the stock market crash, Me Too movement, seeing the veils and the crumbling of the political, financial, and entertainment systems. Well, now in Pluto Aquarius, we're going to see the truth about AI, about crypto, about science, about technology, about space, about aliens, UFOs, UAPs, all of it. And we're going to see what's really going on. Pluto digs up the shadows, right? We're going to see that with the dark web and all this stuff. So, we cannot be stuck in the mud and be stubborn. This is the time for saying goodbye to all these things that we got to say goodbye to, so we can move into 2026, this new energy. And you see it in the connections astrologically. So I wanted to ask you, what being that you're a Capricorn sun and Aquarius moon, what number connects best with Saturn? And how does it play out in your life?
Yeah, well, I would say that, the number 8, and also the number 4, when you look at the, the current rulership of Saturn and the old rulership of Saturn, but that's So that the number 8 and number 4, but currently for me being a Capricorn, it's definitely the number 8, and like I mentioned, I'm also an 8 life path number, so 8 is definitely one of my numbers. And when we talk about business names, I think one of the viewers had a question about a business name, Supreme Numerics in the Chaldean system of numerology. It adds up to an 8. So that was one of the motivations for me choosing that number. Choosing that name, because it adds up to the numbers that resonate with me. My
so you do that for people in readings in terms of really trying to connect. If they're wanting to file for the LLC, like I do business birth charts. And so with your numerology, you'll guide them based on their personal numbers to what might be the best business name for them if they're starting a business?
Yep. I could certainly do that. Yep. So these are the type of questions that you should be asking me when you
you got to go book with Nick, because that is so helpful. Like that's what this ancient wisdom's about, right, Nick? Like it is.
To guide you. It's here to guide you. It's not here to control your life. It's not psychic. It doesn't foretell the future, but it guides you based on the patterns, the observable patterns over the thousands of years that this science has been in existence.
Oh yeah, no, and numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? What they say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Numbers don't. Yeah. You may try to manipulate the numbers, but the truth is going to come out.
Oh my God,
it's definitely going to come out.
I love that. So, did you share? I don't know if you shared this. We just talked about the players and the dates and the signs, but what is? Do you have the information for the actual numbers for the Kansas City Chiefs based on their name, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Philadelphia Eagles? What would be their team numbers?
Yo, you know what? I got that from Queen B. She definitely covered that. So I'll pull up the notes that I got from her. Yeah. So the way she broke it down for the Eagles, so she broke down the expression or the sum of Eagles by itself. So that adds up to a number 20. Number 2, the title Philadelphia Eagles, that adds up to a number 29. We're matching number 11, number 2. Yep. So so we kind of see we see how this is like you said, a toss up, because we got numbers in favor of both sides. And then when we look at the Chiefs, the Chiefs adds up. Just the word Chiefs by itself adds up to 25-7, and Kansas City Chiefs adds up to a master number 22 or number 4.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the Chiefs actually started off originally, I think, as the Dallas Texans. So that's interesting. But that's okay. So we got a 22 and 11. This is really heavy. It is a toss-up. I'll tell people, I'm thinking, just because I know the past and what the NFL wants with the 3P and the whole Kelsey Taylor drama, I think the Chiefs I think the Eagles are the better team all around, but Mahomes is special. Or as I used to say in my sports radio show, Mahomes is special-ler. You have to make up words for that brother. He's special-ler. And, he got Virgo power, but I would think the Chiefs may win 31-30. But if the refs don't play around and Barkley can get over 100 yards, the Eagles could also, pull out a game 30-27. But, that's kind of the BigEAstro official picks, 31-30 Chiefs. So we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to have my wife, let's do like 2 more people. And you could pick 2 more numbers and stuff, and then we'll ride out with everybody.
So everybody, Alette said thank you. It's hard being a 4. And Sean
it's gonna be okay.
And Sean said facts. 4s don't play.
Yeah. 4 power.
So we are gonna close it out with last 2. We'll do Alice McMillan.
Oh, she's
and anybody that I don't get to, I'm sorry. There's more down there. I haven't even seen all the chat. It's 11/14/1974. November 14th, 1974.
11/14/1974. The Scorpio power.
Yeah, Scorpio. And
she's got 5. Pluto and Uranus and Libra.
Okay. All right. So I have you going into a number 7. A number 7 personal year. So this is a time that you want to go into solitude, get away from all of the chaos and the noise. And I know it's going to be hard, with this number 9, year that we going in and all the craziness that's going on in the world. But it would be beneficial for you to get away from all the noise, spend some time in solitude, meditating, reflecting on your life, your past motivations, what you want out of life, anything that you want. Use the law of attraction. Attract it. Don't chase after it. Go somewhere exotic. Go to an island. Go to a beach. Get next to a body of water. That'll also help you as well. And that solitude and being by that water will help alleviate some of the worry and the anxiety that you might feel from that number 7 energy.
That's beautiful. And your sun sign is trining the Saturn, the Neptune, and North Node. So exactly what he was saying about the water, but also maybe get a sound bowl, hang out with, our good friends, some of these crystals, and spiritual discipline, no days off. Try to meditate if you can, 30 minutes to an hour a day. And thank you for coming. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. I really, appreciate everybody being here. And we got another one.
And so Moon Goddess 45.
Hey, Moon Goddess.
All right, girl. July 14th, 1965. Her life path is 5. 7/14.
7/14, 1965.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of 5s and a lot of 4s tonight. We got back to back 5s.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. All right. So let's see what we got. So let's look at your personal year, since we talked a lot about the 5 already. So you are going into a number 3 personal year for 2025. So this is a year of expansion for you, a year to improve your image in some way, a year for you to express yourself, a year for you to be optimistic in everything that you do, and in your approach to all situations. And yeah, it should be a great good luck year for you. In this year of growth and expansion and self-improvement.
Well, you said it right on point, because her being a Cancer, starting I think it's around June 1st or the last day of May, Jupiter will be entering Cancer for a year from 25 to 26, right? So she is really going to be aligned with the 3, with the Jupiter, having expansion, abundance, and a lot of divine knowledge this year for you, Moon Goddess, too. So just enjoy it. It's gonna be nice.
Can I ask you a question real quick? With the birthdays, if somebody has the same month and day and month, is it fairly similar, their read?
Depending on what aspect of the numbers that we're looking at. If we're looking at, let's say, the personal year, for example, it'll be pretty similar. But if we're looking at the life path, there might be a distinction there, since they're born in different years.
So the only reason why I asked is the last person, because we're going to do one more.
Yep.
One more is Kanada, and it's 99. Again, we did a 99. We have a lot of the same number size. It's so weird.
4, 5, and 9.
9988. I'm like, how do you 9988? That's
a good number,
right? Like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, we gotta talk about that one. But 9988.
Kenyatta.
Kanada.
Welcome, Kenyatta.
K-I-N-A. Kanaya. I'm sorry, Kanaya. I'm so
Kanaya,
sorry.
yes.
I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes. Yeah, Kanaya. That's another one of our astronumerology family members.
I love it. Make sure you guys please subscribe, hit the like button. I love it.
Let me tell you, y'all are trying me. I have some dyslexic tendencies. All these numbers, I'm like, oh God. This is a hard one for me.
Yeah, so I will. So since she's born in 1988, I'll switch it up a little bit and talk about the 1988. So that is the year of the 8. So representing that final life cycle. So as she's going into that harvest cycle, she may want to get herself some land, invest in some land or some real estate to after her course of her life, putting in the work, putting in the work as an astronumerologist and getting those assets and really building that nest egg. That's what the end of life should be looking like for her. You know, building that nest egg, you know, getting those assets, getting that property, maybe going into real estate or law or something like that. But nine personal year. Again, all that 9 energy. So should be a great year, 2025 for you. 9th month, 9th day, 9 universal year, 9 personal year. Make sure if you're gonna get into fights, make sure you're fighting for good. Don't get into any petty arguments or any.
Well, it's funny that you say that, Nick, because the South Node is here for the next 18 months, right? That's 9. Okay. And so for her, she has got to stop being self-critical, stop being nitpicky, and increase her self-love. And as I say to all my clients, but especially to her for this year, she's got to retire from negative self-talk. Be kind to yourself, Kenyatta. You're amazing. And I want you to really, really understand that the South Node in Virgo, right? I kind of joke and say I'm a recovering Virgo because I got the crazy Virgo stellium, right? From Lilith to Pluto to Mars to Mercury to Sun, the whole 9. But what I want you to focus on during this time until July of 2026 is you've got to separate from people who are not being kind to you. You want to be of service to others and people that are reciprocal of service to you. With the South Node on Virgo, we want to stop some of our negative Virgo traits. Stop the anxiousness, over worrying, stressing. You don't have to be perfect. Only God is perfect. Only Source is perfect. So give yourself some credit. You're amazing. Give yourself a break, and know that you don't got to deal with those haters or those negative naysayers. You'd be like, hit the door, yo. Okay, so you're gonna have a great year.
Yes.
And that spiritual discipline. Oh, please don't forget it. And I wanted to say this to everyone too. It's important. We have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is virus. Neptune is still conjunct the North Node. That is disease. So right now, we have got to focus on our health. You see what's going on: bird flu, monkeypox, this one, that one, fog in the air, this and chemical sprays. Please, I'm not telling you what to eat, but I will say increase your fruits and veggies. Try to eat with the circadian rhythms of the sun. Get that vitamin D, get the iron, the magnesium, the sea moss, all that good stuff. But try to increase eating your fruits and veggies. Get good rest. Sleep tips. Tape over the mouth. What's the oil we use? The
castor oil.
The castor oil, Nick, this is a game changer. Castor oil in the belly button. You will sleep like a newborn. You'll be like, oh my God. You drool on the pillow. Castor oil in the belly button, tape over the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And your head should be facing to the south. That's the number one. Yeah. Second best is to the east. When we were sleeping to the north, I swear to you, Nick, we finally changed. It's been over a year ago now. The first night when we changed, my wife and I were like, I almost wanted to cry because I've been having sleep issues for years. I slept so good. I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't done this before, yo. I was tripping. But these little tips, you guys, they can be so beneficial. We need the rest and the restoration, right, when we sleep. So add those things to your repertoire. Thank me later. Come back and thank me. And before we wrap it up with Nick, I want to get one last thing in. I want you to use me as an example because I think it's brilliant how you break it down. But you said something earlier that I don't know if enough people here know the clarity of it. When you're talking about the life cycles, I'm a life path 9. It's universal 9 year. So in terms of the cycles, how does that play out for me, right? I'm born 1970, but how does that play out in terms of cycles? Is it just the 1 through 9 cycles? Is that what you're speaking of in intervals of 9 for me because I'm a life path 9. How to explain that?
Okay, so in terms of the life cycles, I mentioned the three major life cycles, and I also mentioned the pinnacle cycles that make up the life path. So in terms of the 3 major life cycles, those represent your first cycle represents your formative years. So from birth until about your late 20s, early 30s. The second life cycle represents your productive years, which is around like late 20s, early 30s to about mid 50s, and your harvest cycle, which is the last cycle, represents your mid 50s until when you transition. So and those correspond with your month that you were born in, your birth month for your formative cycle, first cycle. Your birthday represents the productive cycle, and the year represents your harvest cycle. So that's how the life cycles work. And in terms of the pinnacle cycles, like I said, those are smaller cycles within the life cycles in the life path. So you can break it down even into even smaller cycles. Pretty much, yeah. And then there's also cycles in between, or throughout the duration of your of just a single year of your personal year cycle. So there's a few different cycles that you can look at.
This is great, man. Nick, thank you so much. The audience, thank you for everybody coming.
Pleasure.
You broke it down. I learned so much tonight, man. Thank you. Like that. This is exactly why I was like, Nick has got to be on the show. You are definitely taking us to school, increasing our knowledge at Earth School. So I salute you, my brother. Again, before we bounce out of here, I want you to share how can people contact you to book and follow you on your social media platforms. And please tell them to subscribe and share your podcast.
Sure. Linktree, Mr. Westbrooks, website, supremenumerics.com, Instagram, Mr. Westbrooks. I'm on a couple of different podcasts. But on my YouTube channel, Mr. Westbrooks Class, you can find my numerology content where I do weekly, universal forecasts, monthly forecasts, and just also different numerology tidbits. I'm planning to do a Black Love Day lesson on the history of Black Love Day and the numerological breakdown of Black Love Day coming up on February 13th. So my channel also houses Unread Book Review with Nick and Rue, where myself and my co-host Rue, we discuss some of our favorite books that we either never read, they're unread books that are on our shelves, or books that we read a long time ago and we haven't revisited in a while. So we review those books on my YouTube channel as well. You can also catch me on DJ the Money Coach. That's a different YouTube channel that I manage, and I moderate a Family Finance Fridays every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where we discuss finances, family, leadership, numerous topics on that platform.
I love it.
So that's where you can
find it, brother. No, that's great, man. You're doing it and keep shining. Oh, Nick, this has been amazing. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching episode 297. Please like, share, and subscribe. But do me a favor, everybody here in the chat, go follow Mr. Westbrooks on YouTube. Please subscribe here, but share this with somebody. There was a wealth of knowledge, so please just tweet it out, text it to your friend that's still in the matrix, send it to them, but also do me a favor and come back and leave a comment after we say goodbye in about 30 seconds, because when you do, it helps this episode grow in the algorithms, and I greatly appreciate it. So this was more than awesome. And thanks again, my brother. This was definitely a great episode. And you guys continue to watch and come back. I'll be on again live Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. The Aquarius birth chart sale still rocking. And for Black History Month, I got all Black guests, so keep coming. And episode 300, Nick, it just worked out this way. I swear I didn't plan it like this, but the universal numbers align. Episode 300, next Thursday, the 13th, I will have our guy, Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn, coming back on with BigEAstro, and we're going to talk about the astrology and numerology of important Black leaders and legacy makers, from Benjamin Banneker to Frederick Douglass to MLK to Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, Shirley Chisholm. We're gonna get deep, so don't miss that. That's going to be powerful. Next Thursday, the 13th, and next Tuesday, the 11th, I've got Miss Loretta, who rocks in A Course in Miracles and is a spiritual coach, and she's got her podcast, Loretta Sharing Group. So stay plugged in. Please come back and like and comment on this episode, because Nick, you were amazing, my brother. Thank you again, sir.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my pleasure.
We'll have to come back again in the spring, because this was too good, man. You got to come back when the seasons change. All right.
Oh yeah,
all right.
I'll be here.
I love it.
I'll be here.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks again, Nick.
Right.
Knowledge is love. 297. Peace.
Bye.